goal! Side of goal! Oh, what a goal!
I'll start off calm. I'll try to be calm. I'll try to be very fucking calm. Bottle jobs, you know, the usual shit. You know, fucking losers. Don't know how long I've been fucking saying it. No leaders. Odegaard's not a leader to me. Him coming up to me if I was a player and tried to tell me what to do, I'd fucking loaf him into the face. Get out of me face. You're not a fucking leader. You know what I mean? It's fucking disgraceful. Disgraceful. Fucking Southampton. Bottom of the league. And they're schooling us. You know, any prick that comes into me and fucking tells me, relax, Dale. No, I fucking will not. 6 points in the last how many fucking games? Blew our beans against Liverpool. No leadership there to say, calm the fuck down, lads. Shaka, don't be a knobhead. No, Shaka will be a knobhead. Wakes up Anfield. Anfield destroy us. They destroyed us. West Ham, no leadership there either. Calm down, lads. We're 2-0. Don't blow your beans yet. No, what do? We blow it. Yeah. This evening. 2-0. Southampton, fair fucking play to you. Bottom of the league. Everyone making a show of them. No, hello, we're Arsenal. We're top of the league. Yeah, we're top of the league. Here's presents for you. Here's a gift for you. I'm fucking raging. I'll tell you one thing. I'm so fucking annoyed. You shower a bottling fucking bastards. That's all they are. You know what I mean? Once you have no leadership in the team, you can fucking forget about it. And City are going to fucking annihilate us. They're going to destroy us. You know, I'm going to get a few people in the chat. As you guys know, I can only have 6 in at a time, but I'll try to get a few people rolling in and rolling out and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll start with the first few people here. First, Kyle, you were forced in. Big up to everyone that's after coming in. Really do appreciate it. It's late at night and stuff like that for you guys. But look, I'll start this way. Kyle, you were forced here, mate. What are you saying?
I say a big up to you all, first of all legends on the panel and all the lads in the chat, and big up to yourself, Del Boy. Right, here's where I start. Here's where I begin. No ranting, no shouting, no cursing, no point. This is Arsenal Football Club to its T. How fucking long am I saying that we're not going to win the Premier League? How long? No one fucking listening to me. Not good enough. Players not good enough. Odegaard captain, an absolute joke. The real captain was sitting up in the stadium watching that shit tonight. Patrick Vieira, Thierry Henry, real Arsenal. I told you, Prince. Big up to you. But I told you, not good enough. Arteta, not good enough. Out. All of them out. You're talking about, before this, let me get this straight. I'm trying to control myself, but let me get this straight. Before that game tonight on Sky Sports, they were going around interviewing fans outside the stadium. And every single fan I listened to say, it's a great season if we finish second. Champions League football, that's all that matters. Well, wake up, fans, because Southampton just came to the Emirates Stadium and gave us a fucking football lesson. So, fuck Champions League. This whole team, this squad is not good enough. The management is not good enough. Things have to change and heads have to roll. This is failure. Year in, year out. I'm absolutely sick to my stomach. And once again, I see players laughing on the pitch. Laughing! And we have to throw the league away again. All season. The season is finished after 3 fucking games. Over. I don't want to hear any excuses.
this is it. Look, Kyle, I can't disagree with you. Like, you know, as it says, like, I've been to the Emirates a few times this season and leadership, and I keep saying that everyone's there, Dell, you're playing the same old tune and shite like this. Why wasn't this looked at in January? Like, you know what? Why wasn't Arteta given the tools in January? Right, we need a defender because Rob Holding he's dork. I'm sorry, he's useless. Forget this project. Go along and cut your hair and fucking grow your hair elsewhere, mate. Not good enough for this club if we're going for titles, which we want. You know, Darren, mate, what are you saying? Can you sum that up here for us?
Well, I mean, that game was a disgrace, and Arteta is the man that needs to be held account and sacked this evening, because we've just been done by a bottom of the table team. We're allegedly going for this title that I've been telling other fans that we're not going to win for months and months. I've just had a Tottenham fan tell me on Facebook Messenger we've bottled it, and I've replied, without any embarrassment, I ain't even angry, because I've just replied to him, well, I could have told you that months ago. Here comes Southampton, big old Southampton, to the Emirates, and have the freedom of the Emirates, basically, because Arteta hasn't set us up properly. We are zonally marking in the box when the ball comes over at 2-1 down. Two opposing attackers have got the freedom of the Emirates to play head tennis in our box. And this was happening at Anfield 2 weeks ago when Firmino, Bobby, the Liverpool striker, scored. Learn from your mistakes? No. Arteta's never going to learn from his mistakes, because he's simply on his apprenticeship still and hasn't got a clue. He's not set us up to beat a bottom of the league team when we're on a run-in, and that just ain't good enough. And we've thrown all the other cups in the bin. All the fans think we're wonderful because we've just snatched a draw out of thin air. For 90 minutes, we're the second best. Southampton, you've got to give it to them. They were better than us. They wanted it more. They were set up better than us. And they just done a number on us, and there you go. You know, our egos far too big for our heads. Where's Martin Odegaard for 90 minutes? Why does he turn up in injury time? He did it at West Ham last week. 10 minutes, he was out of this world, scored a great goal, set up another one, brilliant. Then he just thought, oh, well, that's my job done, all over. It's not good. These players have got inflated egos, and it's all because of our stupid fans that Kyle has just pointed out before the game, saying, oh, well, if we don't win it this season, we'll win it next season. We ain't winning it this season or next season. Forget it.
Souther and Gunnar, what's the story? Making his debut on the Del Boy, Gunnar. Nate,
shout out to my brethren on the panel. I don't know what you got to drink tonight, but you're going to need a lot of it. This team is done. We are through.
You got any bourbon there, brother?
Yeah. Say it again.
You got any bourbon with you, brother?
No, I don't have. Down the hall. Actually, it's down the hall, actually. Look, man, now down south, we've got an old term. What you saw in that last 2 or 3 minutes of that game was fool's gold. Anybody who thought that was something, you completely have you looking at unicorns and fairies, because that was not what that game was. This manager, once again, another week has passed, another lesson not learned. It's the same old shit, week in, week out. This is 3 weeks. 1, 2, 3. We have dropped points after points after points. People are saying, oh, well, we did not lose. We are on a bad run of form. What did we see this time, exact time last season? We are doing the same exact thing that we did last season. We're throwing away games. We're throwing away points. We're wasting opportunities. And then guess what's going to happen on Wednesday night? The Undertaker is going to roll into the Etihad with Paul Bearer, and they are going to go ahead and they're going to put this team out of its misery this week. Get prepared. There's a lot of people who don't seem to think that that's not going to happen. We are done. D-O-N-E. When you can't be a team that is rooted at the bottom of the table. You would have thought that Southampton was the team going for the title tonight at the rate they were playing. Theo Walcott comes home and drops the hammer on us. Theo Walcott hadn't scored, I think, for like 38 games or something like that. And what do? Santa Claus Arsenal shows up. We've got the legends. We've got the gods of soccer sitting in the stadium tonight. And that's what we serve up. We serve up some leftover salad from last week. We look like absolute garbage. This manager is out of his league. He cannot get his luck has ran out. People, there's so many ways we can look at this thing. January transfer window. You can go back to the August transfer window. I'll say it again. I'm going to say it week in until it changes. You go all the way back to August. You go spend this money on Vieira. Did y'all see that tonight? Did y'all see that tonight from that young man? Did y'all see that? Vieira, did you see that? This is what I'll be telling people. He should have been loaned out. If you're buying a guy like that, you got to loan his ass out, man. This man needs a weight plan. He is not Premier League caliber. He needs to go. He needs to go. He should have never even came back on in the second half. Trossard should have been starting from Jump Street. Trossard really should have been starting all 3 weeks of this whole thing. He's been the most informed player that we've had since January. He's been the only person that's been completely on form. What happened there? Who started all that stuff there the last few seconds? Trossard. This manager does not have a clue. Martinelli stinking it up. Jesus falling. We're in the midst of trying to win a damn game, and he's looking for a call. He's turning around looking instead of getting up, getting in position to strike. I mean, what is going on over here? What is this about at this club? When will people get tired of going through this? We have accepted mediocrity for 18 years. It's going on 20 now. It's been 20 since we won the last time. We're just over and over, just excuse after excuse. Second place, qualification for the Champions League. Oh, we win the Europa League. We can compete in that. Oh, man, I think we got a subset of fans that will be fine if we were playing the Conference League next year. They wouldn't even care. We are out of order at this football club. We are out of order. We're supposed to be winning a title. All of us on this panel should be sitting right here getting prepared. Oh, you know what, man? If we did what we supposed to do 2 weeks ago, we should be getting ready for parades, seeing who's gonna fly over to England to go go to the parades. And what are we doing? Getting ready for next year. We're gonna do the same shit we did last year, y'all. We're gonna turn around. We're gonna look at the transfers, who need to go. Next thing you know, that we're gonna get told that there's gonna be a war chest of money that's going to be available. Transfer kitty, such and such is on the block. We're going to renew Maitland-Niles for 7 years. We'll renew Odegaard for 12. We'll make sure we get Ramsdale a 15-year contract. Arteta get 10 years. Edu will get another. He'll get promoted to the grand football wizard or whatever you want to call him. He'll get a promotion, and it's going to be the same shit over and over and over and over and over. It's every freaking year we're going through this. You can go look at one of my fan accounts from Lee about three years ago, and it's the same thing going on back then to right now. Much as folks slag ALTV, you can go get Chris Hudson's video from West Ham way back in 2012. Play it right now, and it still is relevant to what's going on right now. It is still relevant to what's going on right now. We have completely embarrassed ourselves on the world stage one more time. And when next year, when it sinks in, I'm going to tell y'all and I said this Monday night, and I'm going to say it again. You know when all this is going to sink in, Darren, Kyle, and Del Boy, Manny, and Prince. Y'all know when all this is going to sink in? When people are going to finally get a dose of it and wake up? It's when Newcastle gets a title before we do. And then that's when people are going to start looking around, wondering how the hell did this happen? Because it's coming. I'm letting y'all know it's coming. It's coming very soon. It may not be next year. But mark my words. Mark my words. This omen will come true at the rate we're going. And next year, we'll be looking up instead of looking down because that's where we're headed. And people better wake up and smell the coffee because we're getting very, very close to what I like to call irrelevance.
Yeah. Big up, man. I'm telling you, look, this is just fucking facts what you're saying there. Like, even what you were talking about with Vieira and stuff like that should have been out on loan. For me, that just feels like the Sambi Lokonga sort of issue. They put too much pressure on him. Let's keep him. Let's give him game time. Put him into important games. This time last season, January, they fucked him in against Liverpool. Sambi Lokonga against Liverpool, who were flying.
Del boy, and you've got a manager that doesn't know what he wants to do with Florian Balogun. And this guy's over there. This guy's up there in the top 3 scoring in France. Yeah, it's France, but hell, man, he's right behind Mbappe. That ain't just by coincidence. Meanwhile, we've got players we can't even play. He did it again tonight, Prince. Eddie, y'all know I'm not the biggest Eddie Nketiah fan. What did I say last week to you, Prince? I said, well, at least if you're gonna put him in, don't put him in like that. You put him in a minute or two to play. Did the same thing again this week. The man that does not learn his lessons. Does not learn his lessons. He doesn't watch film. Clearly, they don't watch film Monday through over the weekend. They don't watch film. They just get in there and play music, and he tells folk tales, and they, you know, where the wild things are, and then they just go out there on the pitch and try to execute. I mean, that's what we are, man. The manager is out of his depth, and you can see the difference between him and managers like Unai Emery, who brings teams from the depth, from all the way from irrelevance all the way back to 6th place. That's a manager over there. And somebody had this week to have the audacity to challenge the astuteness of Carlos Ancelotti. I saw over on Gunner. Come on, man. You can't even compare our manager to this man. There's no comparison. But that's where Darren, you got your mute on, Darren.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Vieira on that team shoot, I thought,
yeah.
I think I weren't 100%, but I thought we could be in big trouble here because he's just another Odegaard, waste of space, right?
Yeah.
Not a defensive midfielder, can't tackle, useless. And yet he's in the middle there. Southampton just walked all over us for 90 minutes in the middle of that pitch. They had the freedom of the Emirates.
We're done. Yeah. And people expect us to go out there Wednesday night. Go out there and get Man City.
Once I seen the starting 11, I was there, right, Tierney's dropped. He has Vieira in there. No, I'm sorry. And I said it after the West Ham game. Why not you just put Zinchenko into the middle instead of Vieira and play Tierney on the left-hand side?
I don't know why you put Trossard there. You should just put Trossard there.
Yeah.
Trossard is an experienced
Why is he putting in fucking Vieira? I don't get it.
Nah, but do you know the truth is though? The truth is when you play Vieira, okay, and you know everyone like got it right because he's been poor for Arsenal. But then when you play Vieira and your stupid ass keeper gives, because when the players come out on the pitch, the 2 teams were nervous. They were scared, both of them. They were both nervous. You can see it in their eyes. They're looking at each other, nervous. Then when you just give them, when the keeper does that in a game of this caliber and this game when we need to win, then you're just going to boost their confidence. And then when you got Vieira, no experience, Premiership, didn't do nothing. Even the ball come into him. And I thought, is he going to head to it? It's like his eyes was closed when he went for the challenge, when he went for the ball. But all that's too late now. He should have, the second half, he should have just brung on Trossard, who's an experienced Premier League player. He's making too many mistakes. I'm like, no, what are you going to do against Man City? Play the same 11?
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. That's exactly what he's going to do.
And Arsenal fans know what's the outcome. I said it already in the chapter, Darren. Said if they don't go there with a different mentality, with a different game plan, with the same thing, I agree. They're going to get battered.
I haven't got a clue what Arteta's going to do next.
False nine.
It's worrying, Bryce. Worrying times. You got like I was saying to my friend instead, like you got people like Smith Rowe on the pitch, on the bench. For crying out loud, he scored you like 11 goals in all competitions last season. Jeremy, you're bringing on someone who don't really do much. Like
Then why? Let me get something straight, because people are kind of forgetting this, okay? Let me get facts out here. Certain players in certain positions of Arsenal football team are not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. Vieira is one of them players. Why was he picked tonight when you had Trossard sitting on the bench? Trossard should have started. You have Rob Holding in defence, not good enough. Shevchenko, he acted the bollocks all season, as far as I'm concerned. You have Jesus. I'm 6 saying it. Everyone looks at me like I have 2 heads when I say it. He's a workhorse. Do not expect him to score the vital goals. He's not an out-and-out goal scorer. He missed 2 or 3 key chances tonight. And it's like what Matt said. He's on the ground, playing around, looking for penalties instead of playing the game. So, we're not good enough. People need to wake up. People are shouting for Champions League football. What are we going to do with Champions League next season? Would someone please tell me that? We can't beat Sporting Lisbon.
Hey, Kyle. I told somebody Monday night, I said, hell, we couldn't even beat Juventus C team in December. What the hell y'all talking about a Champions League for? I mean, but if we go get put out the first round, well, I mean, we'll be back home. We'll be back home, back in the Europa League before you know it.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, man. It's absolutely embarrassing. And it's embarrassing listening to the fan base saying that if we get second, it's a great season. How is it a great season? We just blew 3 tournaments to win this cup. And look what we've done in 3 games. We've blown the league this way. So basically, we got the 4 cups and threw them in the bin. It's embarrassing. And then we have fans, Arteta. Do you know what I say? Arteta out.
Yeah. He's got to go, man. I mean, he's got to go. Money, you go ahead, brother. I'm not going.
Yeah, Manny, go ahead, mate. What are you saying?
Yeah, first of all, let me just get some formalities out of the way. First of all, let me say to Prince Fuad, Yahi, Eid Mubarak to you and your family, Qad Barakallah, and I hope Allah rewards your prayers and forgives your any faults you have.
Thank you, bro. Shukran.
And Mr. Odom from Georgia, good to have you on, brother. Another real fan like everyone here. And as I'm going to say, you cannot serve people like you crap and call people can't serve you crap and call it chicken curry. And that is the way with all 6 of us. And I don't even know what more I can say that has already been repeated right now. I should have come on earlier, but I had a few internet issues. Thankfully, I'm in. I know that Natster's waiting in the back, and if one of us has to drop out, I'd be happy to do so, or maybe one of us can. I don't know. But
I'll drop out, and I'll drop out if you want.
No, please don't. I shouldn't have even mentioned that. But
I got the kids. I got the kids anyway, so I'll have to go back to them. So I'll catch up with you in a week.
Before you go, Prince, I have one question to ask you. Are you going to say, Mr. Walsh, you were right?
I'm not. I'm going to tell you what. Do you know what? I'll tell you on Wednesday night.
Prince, I've got a question for you. What are you Arteta out?
No, not yet. No, one more game.
Yeah, Kyle.
You can hear it. It's almost there. You can hear it. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah. Not yet. I'm gonna give him Wednesday. I'm gonna stick to my guns. Give him to the end of the season. I always believe that there's always hope. I like Manny will say, there's a saying in Arabic, Inshallah, we win the league.
Yeah, there are a lot of people using that word who don't even know what it means, but coming from you, I'm sure we take that as the gospel. Thanks a lot, Fuad.
Thank you all. Darren, see you soon.
Have a good weekend, brother.
Cheers. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you basically my reflections on every single thing. When I took a look at the lineup and I saw that Zinchenko was being brought back in, now we were told that his groin was still injured and he still wasn't feeling too well. So I thought to myself, has he recovered so quickly? Is Arteta taking the mickey? He might as well have not played him because I'll tell you what, he tried his best to sort of do whatever he could, running the midfield show and basically trying to run the attack. But a fat lot of good that did us. We were 2-0 down within about a quarter of an hour. And we didn't even rustle up a chance until later on near the end of the half. And it was Bukayo Saka, who otherwise might have been anonymous apart from the goal. His work down the right was able to get Martinelli in. Zinchenko might as well have not started, or if you had to start him, why not bring in Tierney? Because it was through that left-back gap, mind you, that our old boy Theo Walcott was able to run in and score. And I remember jokingly calling it, saying that he's done it before, he could do it again. Walcott could come back and score a goal that really puts a dent in our works. And it turned out that way. I didn't want to be proved right, but it happened. And I think Darren was saying big up to him for not celebrating. But I'll tell you what, if I were in his position, I would have celebrated because of the way he was forced out of Arsenal. But then again, You take a look at a game like the Bournemouth game, where we also fell behind within barely seconds, not even the first minute, and how we were more or less second best then until sometime around about the hour when we got a few goals back and ended up winning. It was as if for the first 3/4 of the game, especially when we went 3-1 down when Lianco scored from that corner, again, some pretty poor defending. I don't know who was responsible for marking him. If it was Holding, then more shame on him. And Ryan, I think you do speak for a lot of people. Should never have sold Emi Martinez. Now you know why Ramsdale got relegated twice. Ended Guna. Thank you very much indeed. But we'll come back to that in a minute. Now, for 3/4 of the game, as I was saying, it's as if we showed no real urgency. We never even seemed to care that we were down 3-1 to a team that was at the bottom of the league. And here's the thing, gentlemen. Relegation teams have always, over the years, going all the way back to the first Premiership season, they've always had a tendency to throw a spanner in the works of title-chasing teams. It's happened before, and now it's happened to us. And I don't feel happy at drawing. In this case, a draw might even be worse than a loss because it actually gives us an impression that we are better than we actually are. And it was really disgusting to hear the likes of Farrah Williams and Lee Dixon saying that we should be given some credit for, scoring those 2 goals and coming back to draw, and it doesn't change anything. I am sick and tired of these ex-players who are now becoming sycophants for this ridiculous regime. And Farrah Williams, England's most capped international for the men or the women, you really need to take a long look at yourself. Lee, I know I loved you as a right back, but you've long since sold out, as of many of the others. And Darren, I want to actually come back to you again for a brilliant comment you made on another stream of Del Boys. It's wonderful to have all these these last-minute wins and really, make the fans so happy. But you did say it perfectly. When you keep doing this too many times and keep expecting to do this many times, sooner or later you will get found out. And it happened against Southampton. And we deserved nothing from this game, nothing more. We actually deserved even less than this, I would say. Because again, we had to depend on bringing on Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson, the entire cavalry, and say, well, Reece could very nearly have won it had it not been deflected behind. Or we should have had penalties. Or we should have, we should have gone all over them, but the referee was in their favor. Get over yourselves, people. We weren't good enough to play throughout the game. We weren't good enough to play to the whistle, especially Gabriel Jesus, who was spending a lot of time looking for penalties. It was just ridiculous. And we went back to being, petulant, completely we were sort of niggly, I would say. And this was not the Arsenal that we've been used to seeing all season. So I'm glad that this has happened. And let's put it straight. If City win their 2 games in hand against us, they go above us by 1 point. We got to play them at the Etihad. With our confidence so low, having conceded 7 goals in 3 games and showing a lot of defensive frailties, if Arteta is going to be so stupid to continue to stick with his ridiculous back 4, that inverted nonsense of having Zinchenko in, I fear a drubbing, because let's not forget, Zinchenko left City. He was sold by City because he wasn't good enough. Don't you think Guardiola would know the type of game plan that Arteta would employ? Don't you think Arteta would know how to master Zinchenko? Of course he does. And that goes back to Ryan's question. Why was Tierney dropped again? Why? I'll tell you why. Because Arteta just doesn't like him. And I want to see Tierney leave Arsenal. I want to see him say, Mikel, you have done me dirty. I busted my gut and my backside for you in training. I've really put in my best for this club. And because you love your Ukrainian blue-eyed boy so much, whom you knew at City, you see it fit to keep him ahead of me, knowing full well what I can offer you. I don't need this crap. And if the fans are going to turn on me for saying what they call me a traitor for not having the stomach to stay and fight for my place, to hell with them. My career is more important. There's so many people now who have felt alienated and hurt by this manager, and I know that Matt and everyone else will agree with me on this. I really think if Bayern had the guts to sack Julian Nagelsmann for not being able to get along with his players, why don't we take a look inside the issues and see, you know what? Maybe Arteta will be the problem. I'll tell you why. Because even the board are in on this. And that's why, as Mr. Odom has perfectly said, it's going to be the same rubbish year in, year out. And I hate to end by being on a bit of a downer. But Mr. Odom, you said that we might suddenly start to take notice when Newcastle might win the Premier League. I have news for you, brother. Leicester won the Premier League before in 2016. They might be relegated this season, and we're still not learning those lessons. So I see no hope of anything happening. Once again, we have to rely on snookers, as Darren might say. given that the World Snooker Championship is going on. We have to depend on City's dropping points. But I'll tell you one thing, this stage of the season, Guardiola is a past master at getting his teams to focus, zoom right in. They demolished Bayern Munich in the Champions League. They might have let up a little bit against Leicester, which could have been their undoing, but somehow they didn't. All we can do is hope that they also get cocky, but you can bet your Bovril he won't let that happen. I've said my piece, and thank you very much for having me on, and I'm sorry for having talked a mile a minute.
No, you're fine, mate. You're fine. It's frustrating for everyone here this evening, the way things are going. And it's even more frustrating for Natsar. The last time I seen him with a full head of hair, he's after jumping on the Kyle Walsh bandwagon and skinned it off. He's following Suter and Gunner. And I might do it.
I'll have to do the same thing soon, mind you.
Yeah.
The only thing that's missing is the beard. Otherwise, it's Andrew Tate vibes. But I won't get into that on this show, because that's just some next level. What's going on, people? What is going on, people?
What's up, brother Nat?
We got
what's good, mate? Yeah, Southern Gooner, Matt. I've got to resonate everything that you said, right? Spot on. Absolutely spot on, yeah. Here's the thing. From what I said last week, which, to be honest, I can't really remember too much, but I wasn't surprised. I wasn't shocked. Nothing like that tonight. Not even the first minute. Not even the first minute. Ramsdale. I call him Flapsdale. What the fuck are you doing there? Disgrace. Absolute fucking disgrace. Like, when the chips are down, not even when the chips are down, when there's a slight bit of pressure and we get pressed, we fold like a deck. Not even a deck of cards fold this quick. Best believe that. Not even a deck of cards fold this quick. Just hoof it. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I miss, yeah? Late 90s, even though it was before the time I was watching football, but early 90s football, yeah? When we were numero uno in England, yeah? In the UK, whatever, either way. Where you're in a bit of trouble, you hoof it up. Do you know what I'm saying? You reset, you go again, you apply the pressure, whatever. Then we get the ball back, do our thing. There was none of that today. Thomas Partey. I'm going to start with him, even though I could have started with, Ramsdale, even though I kind of did. But either way, Thomas Partey, I've been praising him this season, but today he was ran ragged. He was ran ragged, bruv. I don't think I've seen a midfielder be destroyed like that at this point in the season, in the position that we're in. I don't think I've seen any other midfielder have that happen to him. I know Casemiro was run ragged like last night, but that's Europe. This is the league. We're meant to be going for the title here. What I saw out there today was a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. From the manager to the staff and more so to the players. The players have to take accountability. There's no point fucking cheering and all of that shit right at the end. It's too late. It's way too fucking late. And, you're probably wondering why I'm not like ranting and raving and all that compared to last weekend, because last weekend I was livid. I was livid because we were 2-0 up. But this weekend or tonight, I kind of expected it to be difficult. But I didn't expect us to fall away the way that we've done. Like there's levels to this game. There's levels to this shit. You do not fold in 30 seconds. Forget gone in 60 seconds. We're finished in 30. That should be the title, yeah? Like, at the end of the day, right, this club ceases to amaze me. In other words, when we really need to get something, we always fail to deliver. Always. That manager, yeah? First and foremost, why did you drop Tierney? Can someone please explain to me, why did we drop Tierney? I know he wasn't amazing against West Ham, but my fucking God, is he better than Zinchenko at left back? No one can convince me otherwise. Not even Fuad would argue with me on that. Best believe, yeah? And another thing, I agree with, I don't know who said that Trossard should be starting ahead of Fabio Vieira. Why the fuck was he on the pitch? Why was he starting? What did he do? Nothing. Like in midfield as well. Joke. Lightweight, technically not all that, so you can't even make up for that shit. Tiny, weak, pathetic, useless, binning. A lot of players need to be binned in the summer as well. We'll get into that a little bit later. But I just think ultimately what this boils down to, is like Lee Gunner, and Matt, you'll know this because you've been on this channel enough times. I never wanted this manager as well. As soon as it was announced, I never wanted him. I wanted Carlo Ancelotti. He was available then, and he's available now. Get that Don Dada Don Carlo in right now. Right fucking now. I wanted him from the get-go after Wenger got potted. And he did get potted. I said that last week. I remember that. He did get potted. I want Don Carlo. Before you take the Brazil job, my friend, we need you at Arsenal, mate. Because this club is finished. Even Arteta said, the club have a weak mentality. Okay, well, they proved you right. What are you going to do about it? He did nothing. Why? Because he's a rookie manager. Rookie managers don't get jobs in big companies, in any other field of work, in any other sector. You're not going to have a rookie be a manager of a big company. Do you know what I'm saying? So why are we doing it here? What? Like, what sense does that make? Like, it's a fucking shambles and it's a fucking joke. And I've been saying last week, I've been saying it for the longest. Bring in the Saudis. With all the virtue signaling going on and all of that, it's not ideal. But when it comes to football, the Saudis are going to take over anyway, in my opinion. So bring them in now, innit? Just bring them in now. Bring them in now. I want to win. I don't care. I want to win. Get rid of this useless board. Get rid of the manager. Get rid of Vinay, Edu, Garlic Head, all of them, They're all fucking useless. They're all taking the piss. This is a sham, a scam, Ponzi scheme, all of that. The whole club is finished unless we get Don Carlo in. We could get David O'Leary as CEO or whatever, and we bring the Saudis in. That is the only way we're going to win a league title. That is the only way we're going to win a Champions League. No other way. No other way. Point blank, period.
Yeah. Like the way that I'm sort of looking at, and I've been just sort of thinking as you're talking there, like before I go on, just please do hit the like button and subscribe and all that stuff if you don't mind, guys. Please, really do appreciate it. But why is it that we lose to Everton at the time in relegation zone? West Ham, they're out of it now because of we're giving 3 points away. Southampton, relegation zone. Why are we doing this? I just think that these managers have nothing to lose and just go, we know how Arsenal play. We know the way to bring it in. Matt, do you want to say something there? I think you were going to
I'll say something. Yeah, man, this is built into the Arsenal folklore. How many times have we been in situations where we need to beat a Bolton? We need to beat, Wigan. We need to beat a team, a less than team, and we fold. This has been going on for decades, and it shows right up again today. For some weird reason, I don't know if it's something with the guys. We can beat this team. They look at the schedule and they look past them and look at another team. Every game. This is why I get on the manager's ass so much. Is every game should have been a cup final, no matter what. Yeah. There is no tomorrow. We have to win this game. We have to win every game.
Exactly. There is no tomorrow. Apollo Creed settings. There is no tomorrow. Best believe.
I want you to watch Pep Guardiola when Real Madrid plays Man City. He's going to be a man on fire. Him and Ancelotti are going to be going at it. This is it. The hell with leg 2. We need to win leg 1. We need to win this one. It's a mentality issue. We don't have a winning culture and a winning mentality at this football club. That left in 2003. We don't have it anymore. The minute Wenger opened his mouth and said 4th place was a trophy, that just dropped the standards all the way down to the toilet. Because that's all you've heard this week. Oh, man, we still qualified for your Champions League. We've qualified. 2nd place. You got people comparing, Man United, they won. If they win Carabao Cup and this, and we still have a better season. That's foolishness. The objective of elite sport, to quote Brother Gunner, is to win. Damn it, win. I'm a Lakers fan. What the hell you think we complain about all the time? Winning. It's winning, winning, winning. What the hell are you doing? Why are you playing the game if you're not trying to win the game? We don't have a mentality of success here at this club anymore. It was built on that, but that's crumbled away. That's crumbled away. Let me ask you this. How many people think Manchester United is going to keep taking the crap they dealing with? Huh? We got people laughing at Chelsea. Oh, Chelsea's there down in 10th place. When they get to direct their football over there, goodbye. It's over. Because they got endless money to spend. I'm telling folks, you better get, there's a storm on the horizon. And for all these Arsenal fans that just think that next year we're going to roll right back in here and compete again, you are out of your mind. I want some of that what you smoking. Because you smoking some real good stuff.
Nah, this is only a ciggy, man. I call it a CB man.
I'm talking about Arsenal fans that think we're going to be compete. Yeah, no bad in that. Yeah, they think that we're going to compete next year. We're going to just repeat this again. You just think that all of a sudden Chelsea's going to drop the games. You just think that Aston Villa's not going to be a factor in this. We got about 9 teams that's a factor in this thing. People need to wake up and get out of la-la land. Because we are repeating the same thing, Darren. It's the same thing every year. It's the same thing every year. We find ourselves looking stupider and stupider. Stupider and stupider every year. And people just go around and they just think, oh, well, we'll the guys just, it's a process. We're in year 5. We're going on year 5, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? How does a man keep his position and he's consistently failed at it? I have no choice but to look at this. I'm going to go back to it again. This goddamn January transfer window.
Yep.
I mean, this window is absolutely, these transfer windows have been absolutely horrendous for this football club. We spent the money we have spent on players that have brought us absolutely nothing. It's shocking. People are saying, oh, you get one set. I love this argument. Oh, but the Kroenkes hadn't spent any money. Hell, they almost spent $500 million. $500 million. Look at the players we still got over here on this team. Rob Holding tonight. Look at Rob Holding. Look at the players that are still in this club. Maitland-Niles is still floundering around out there. These are players that should have been moved on. Eddie Nketiah should have been moved on a long time. These guys, we should have been moved on. We're not ruthless at this football club, Dale. We're not ruthless.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're soft. Kyle, go ahead, brother.
Dead boy. I'm going to say something here just to back Matt up there. 1989, we had to play at Liverpool Football Club. Probably the best football team in European football at the time. And we had to go to Anfield to win 2-0 to win the league title. Now, we could have easily had the mentality and say, George Graham could have had the mentality and say, lads, listen, we're out to give it a great shot. Second place is brilliant. But we didn't. We went to Anfield and we beat the Titans and we won the league title. George Graham won it twice. Wenger comes in, he won it 3 times in 23 years of management. In my honest opinion, that's not fucking good enough. European Champions League winners. Us and Real Madrid were in the Champions League longer than any other European club. What did Real Madrid do in that at the time? Won. What did Arsenal do? Got to one final and got base. Came second. This club loves coming second, that why. Because why? Because we all celebrate second. We don't, but they do. And they're talking about doing parades. For celebrating for second place. Parades. Are you absolutely out of your minds? And now you have these gobshites on AFTV tonight, and they'll be all saying, oh, it's a great season, second place, brilliancy. These lads should be, I wanted to say what I was going to say. Not worth breathing. That's the truth. But this whole fan base, not many assholes in it. I don't accept second base. This is our best chance to win the Premier League, and we're after blowing us. And then you have fans saying, oh, if we don't win it this season, we'll win it next season. Well, I have a message. I have a message here tonight for you. We won't be winning anything next season. Or the season after. Or the season after that. You could be waiting another 19 years. I hope you're all happy with your second place and parades. Assholes. Absolute assholes.
I told somebody this week, if we were coming up from 5th place and finishing 2nd place, that's a different ball game. To be sitting in 1st place damn near on 12, 15 points all damn season, and in the last 6 weeks you piss it away. There's no way you should be satisfied with second place. That should cause alarm for concern. The bell should be ringing like, wait a minute, how has this happened? Because it happened last year. Points on the board. We had 5, 6, same, almost a mirror situation. And what we do, piss it away. Same exact thing. This is year 2 of this, y'all. This is year 2. This isn't the first time we've done this.
Yeah, 100%, Matt, because the Spurs game, the Newcastle game last season, right, you win them, you get results out of them, you're going to get top 4. We blew it. There's no leadership, no captain to say, hold on a minute, let's get over the line, let's do this, let's do that. Keep your cool heads. No one. It's just all, oh, God, there's a fella, I play international football with him. I'm going to go down the dugout or fucking the tunnel and give him a hug and a kiss and sign his jersey. Piss off.
Just on that, El Yunusi and Odegaard are teammates. I wonder if they did that. If they did that at the first half, and Odegaard was seen doing that, we should make a petition to strip that idiot of the captaincy. All those in favour say aye.
Yeah, exactly.
He should never have been captain in the first place. Should never have been captain in the place. And I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this right here, right now. Fatboy Slim settings. You know what I'm on, yeah? Live and direct and in full effect, baby. Hear me now, yeah? Arteta, yeah, is a flat track bully. I've to myself, I've been saying this. When the chips are up, all good. When the chips are down and there's a bit of pressure, he folds too. The players are pussies, but Arteta is a flat track bully. And all of them as a collective, bitches. The board are fucking useless and they're bitches. As Northside would say, bunch of fila da putas. I'll say that one more time for the cheap seats in the back. Fila da putas. Fucking bitches. That's the translation, yeah? So big up Northside and all of that. But like at the same time, expectations change when the situation changed, when the scenario changed. In other words,
yes,
like Matt, you've been saying, Carl, you've been saying and all that. We've been top for how long? And then now we couldn't even get a win to save our skins. Like, what sense does that make? What fucking sense does that make? This is elite fucking football. Elite mentality. These Arsenal players, yeah, they need to go watch The Last Dance. They need to watch, because I'm from a rugby background, Manny knows this and all of that. Like, I used to play rugby. Not at a high level, but I used to play rugby, yeah? Go watch British and Irish Lions, yeah? 1997, yeah? Won the Lions Tour, yeah? Which is basically, for those that don't know, the Lions Tour is basically the equivalent of like a World Cup times, I would say 3, because it's 4 home nations, Ireland, Scotland, England, Wales, come together. It's rugby Olympics, basically. That's what it is. It's the rugby Olympics. It's the elite of the elite, make so much money, even during COVID with South Africa 2 years ago. Still big. Still on Sky Sports and all of them things there. But it's always about winning. Always about winning. It's not about how well you play. That's not good enough. You have to win the series. It's a 3-game series. You have to beat the host nation. So whether it's South Africa, whether it's Australia, whether it's New Zealand, it'll be Australia in a couple of years' time, yeah? You have to win.
Yeah.
No excuses, no second chances, no exceptions. Why is it not like this in this fucking football club? And that has to change. And that, because it's not coming from the Cronkies, it clearly isn't, that's got to come from the fans. The fans, I'm trying to think of a better word to use than pathetic. Completely embarrassing. Suckers. You know what I'm talking about, Matty? Suckers.
Yes, suckers.
A lot of them. Suckers. Yeah. Like Tribe would call it. Forgive the language I'm about to use, but sucker ass, you know what comes next.
I was just thinking back when I was
going, Tribe Called Quest settings, like 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, go on, mate.
Yeah, it just that's we used to call them jive ass suckers back when I was coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, just a bunch of suckers, man. That mentality, man. When you got a fan base, like Kyle said, you talk about a parade for second place. Just think how the ignorance of that. The second place parade. Why didn't we have the parade in 2016 then? If the second place was that, if that was that serious, why did we have one there? This is the thing with this football club. We have been invaded by people who just are fine with mediocre. They're just fine with it. You know, oh, if I can just laugh at Tottenham, who we finished behind for 7 years, by the way. You know, well, if we can laugh at Tottenham fans, you know, then that's it. You know, I knew that this season was where people wanted us to win. I had a friend of mine that was a Tottenham fan, a true Tottenham fan, came up to me yesterday. He said, well, Matt, man, I really was kind of hoping that somebody from London would win the title. He said, but damn, you know, another year look like y'all for to blow it again. And I said, yeah, I know we're going to lose the game tomorrow. I already knew. I see when you've seen this play out so many times, you know, you prepare yourself mentally for it. You know, it's like, okay, yeah, we're probably not going to do anything. So when I tuned in and saw the first goal in a few seconds, I wasn't surprised because that's what we've been doing. We've got off the hook. I think Darren brought it up earlier. Somebody brought it earlier. We have been playing with fire most of this season with a couple of these teams where we go down extremely early and then we fight back. And then, you know, it's the narrative. Oh, the fighters, you know, and then now everything's dried up. All of the luck is dried up. I told someone recently, I might have been Jez on Jez's channel, that Arteta likes to throw stuff at the wall, and if it sticks, it'll make him look good. He'll look like this master tactician, you know. And then when it done, it stinks royally, like that false nine. It looks just like that, and that's where we are now. He's playing the same team, a team that has completely failed the last couple of weeks. No changes at all. No changes at all. And I said,
Matt, can I just cut across you there, right?
Ahead,
because it's a point I want to just jump on, and you're 100% right. We're now playing Man City on Wednesday, okay? Arteta was asked in an interview about his left back and where you play Zinchenko, and Zinchenko then pulls into the middle of the field and stuff like that. And he was told, oh my God, you're a football genius. How did you come up with that? And he blatantly just says, I didn't come up with it. Pep Guardiola did. So how the fuck are we going to play Man City on Wednesday?
Oh, no,
exactly. I said it earlier. Guardiola is smart enough to know Arteta's game plan because Arteta worked with Guardiola, and Guardiola's no fool. He's seen how Arteta play. Of course, they're going to work it out. And I think somebody mentioned it. They've ditched the inverted thing and brought Ake in at left back now. And I think word on the street is that he might decide to go to a traditional back four, although ironically, he might look to sell Kyle Walker because apparently he can't play in the system. But then this is the thing. Effectively, Arteta likes to think of himself as, you know, I don't know exactly what he thinks of himself, but he might actually cite the examples of people like Guardiola and Alex Ferguson who've employed similar tactics in the past and won trophies. I've got news for you, Mikel. You are not in their league. And there's an Aesop fable which says you've got to be really careful before you try to copy someone else. Because if it's not in your DNA to try something like that, if the players aren't really able to respond, except for maybe a few of your blue-eyed boys whom you brought in from Manchester City, then maybe you've got to change the system. But Arteta doesn't even have the ability to realize that maybe the way he's done things is wrong. He's arrogantly decided to play Zinchenko today, and look at what Zinchenko's done. Poor, pathetic at the back, not really doing very much in attack, and that ends our hopes of winning the Premier League. So much for Super Mick Arteta knowing exactly what we need. In fact, Guardiola might end up, you know, mastering him completely, and I cannot even countenance anything other than a heavy defeat unless Arteta pulls his finger out of his mouth and says, you know what, I'm going to have to go back to basics because this strategy might not really work against Pep's team. Matt, did you want to say something, brother?
Yeah, I'll say this. I'll say this. The manager should have never left what was working going into that Liverpool game. It was talk. I'd heard chatter before when Jesus came back. People was like, "Well, should Jesus be starting? Should he be starting? He should come off that bench. He should keep working. Well, what is working? He should have just stuck with it and not changed it. What he started doing was tinkering. Now he doesn't know how to fix it. Put it back and fix it. You know, Tierney should have been starting today. What is it? Why is this man? Why is a competent defender not defending? Why is he not defending? Why is Trossard not starting? Why is Zinchenko not playing midfield? But he would offer more than Odegaard in his position. I'll tell you that going forward. That's his strong suit. He was never a left back from the jump.
He was a midfielder by choice.
He was a midfielder. That's what he was. He was a midfielder. This manager does not have a clue. I said it last week on my fan cam, and I'll say it again. If we were going to go after Arteta, I would have rather got him out of the championship because there he would have had to learn that every game from 1 through 10 means something. Then he would at least say, okay, well, I got to fight if you want to, you got to fight down there. This man was given the keys to a Cadillac and had to work for it. Meanwhile, we got rid of a manager who just went to, by the way, we got rid of one of Europa League, by the way, run of Europa League, comes back, gets a team that was in relegation fodder, and now they're sitting in 6th place. And then we have the audacity, our fan base has the audacity to good evening. At what point are people going to reel up and say, we have been had? We have been had. We've been had by this board. We've been had for years. It started with the tail end of Wenger's years. We had been had then. No outfield players for us. What kind of crap is that? And nobody torping the furniture over that. That cost us that title. And then here we are again. This January transfer window. I'm going right back to it again because it needs to be brought up. Hey, people, we need to start hammering fans with this stuff, with the facts. The facts is we had an opportunity to go out and get quality players, and instead we got some bloke that washes cars in Poland. We paid him $25 million. He's here, and we can't do anything with him. He offers nothing to us, and thank God that we somewhere or another we didn't spend $90 million on Mudryk. Could you imagine having to deal with $90 million Mudryk right now, considering what we're going through? Just think about that. That's because we was getting ready to spend $90 million on him.
Beautiful movement with the ball, but can't shoot for toffee.
He can't shoot. He looks like Andre Santos going forward.
The other thing is, what's that fella's name there tonight to go score for Southampton? The fella scored the first goal.
Alcaraz.
Picanto. Him.
Yeah, Alcaraz, something like that.
Yeah, him and Theo Walcott gave Arsenal Football Club an absolute lesson. Can you imagine what Haaland, De Bruyne, and Silva and these lads are going to do to Arsenal? Rodrigo. Men against boys. Forget about us. We can't beat Southampton in the Emirates. And these fan base thinks that we're going to go to the Etihad and beat Man City. Are you absolutely out of your minds?
I don't see it.
And don't forget, we're playing one game a week, by the way. One game a week.
Fish to fry.
And we're drawing with these clowns here tonight.
The clowns give Arteta a banner today. Vamos, let's go. Now,
yeah, I saw
yeah,
that.
Vamos out in this football club more like.
Hey,
Vamos,
Vamos.
get out of the football club, bro. Because sorry,
Underlay.
Yeah, exactly. Underlay. Like speaking and all of that. Yeah, sorry to cut you off, Darren. Yeah, but this manager, this manager is ridiculous.
It was just like an advert for what everything was wrong in our club. Yeah. So first of all, before a ball gets kicked, a load of fans get interviewed before the game, as Carl said, and they were all coming out with stuff, laughing and looking even our fans look nervous on the camera, and they go, we're going to win it this season. But if we don't do it this season, we'll do it next season. And the fans are a disgrace. At the end of that game, they should have either walked out or they should have been booing that team off the pitch, because for 90 minutes, they were second best against Southampton. They only turned up in injury time when Southampton probably thought they had it won. They probably thought they had the points, and that was the end of the matter. And I'll just say this before I go, all of it. For the first goal, watch Ramsdale's pass. It was a shocker. But why did he pass to Zinchenko? I'll tell you why. Because Holding is in space right next to him, and he don't trust Holding. Yeah. Holding instills fear in our back four. And I said it 2 or 3 weeks ago. Rob Holding will lose us the title. And it's happened. But the only thing I've got wrong is it's happened quicker than I thought it was going to happen. Because
I told you that was going to happen.
He's zonal marks. He's in that box, and he's not marking anyone, and he's looking around him. When a player gets near him, he either grabs him at Anfield and gives a penalty away, or he throws his arms up and goes, I'm not touching him. Because Rob Holding doesn't do anything. Because if he does something, there's going to be a mistake, right?
I told you, Darren.
We've got no midfield out there tonight. Vieira gets played. What about Jorginho? You know, Arteta, I feel, totally disrespected Southampton's midfield and said, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to play 2 creative midfielders in the middle because you're shit. Right?
Yeah.
Well, that was disrespecting them. They got the ball off us. For that second goal, they got the ball off us in midfield. Partey was on his own. He was fucked. He was on his own. Before anybody says Partey's world class and brilliant, he ain't a patch on Rodri. I'm telling you. Rodri will fucking run rings around him next week. You watch. Right? And they get that ball in the middle, put it over the top. There's no Zinchenko. You can't blame Zinchenko for that because Gabriel was next to the striker. And he just crept round the back of Gabriel Walcott and has slotted it in. Right? Nelson's come on with 6 minutes to go. 6 minutes to go, Nelson. Now, Nelson had more legs than people like Martinelli and people like, do you know what I mean? I mean, Martinelli, I'm sorry. Again, is this a player that we're overhyping and saying he's better? Egos are getting in there. Ramsdale, look at the mistake he's made. He's had a good season. He's saved us. We all know that. He's a decent keeper. But come on. Should he be fucking up like that at home? There's got to be consequences. Arteta's got to think to himself, is he the goalkeeper now?
No,
because that's
not.
a fucking grave error.
Heads
It's
need to
a
roll.
grave. It's a grave error.
Ask yourself this, Darren. Ask yourself this: Do you think that Ramsdale against Bayern Munich against I mean hell Benfica?
Yeah.
People are look at these teams. Do you think that look at that back line?
Yeah, no good. And Odegaard is a disgusting captain. He should be stripped. He's gone missing for 90 minutes, then turns up in injury time, and then gets clapped off by our fans at the end like he's a fucking hero. What's going on with our club? What is going on?
It's a disgrace.
And just before I go, I'm just going to say this before I go as well. I always said right from the start, these fixtures were kind to us. Now we're getting difficult. Southampton, we should have wiped the floor of them. But Man City away, Newcastle away, Liverpool away. If that had been sprinkled in the first half of the season, forget all this top of the league. Forget it all. We'd have lost 3 or 4 straight away. There would be no top of the league for Arsenal, right? There wouldn't have been no top of the league. And it's a weird season this season. Don't think that Arteta doing as well as he has this season and doing better than coming 5th, 8th and 8th. Right, because he is going to come second. Don't dare think that you're set up for another challenge next season, because this season's been a weirdo season because of the World Cup. Yeah, a lot of these fucking players at Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, they weren't interested in that first part of the fucking season because they wanted to stay fit for their international teams. And if you want an example of one of the players that done that for us, is Granit Xhaka. In the first half of the season, he was banging goals in. He was everywhere. In the second half of the season, he's down tools. And where was he today? Ill, apparently. Well, is he really ill? Or has he had a bust up with Arteta about something? Has Arteta pulled him for kicking off at Liverpool? And then he even done it again at West Ham, you know. Xhaka. A lot of people never saw that. But just before West Ham got their goal, their first or their second one, he's doing it again on the sidelines, kicking off the linos, and it just winds everybody up.
I saw that, Darren. I actually did see that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off, guys.
Darren, good to see you, brother.
Darren.
Always good to see you, man.
Thanks for having me on again, Del Boy. And, well, we can only pray for Wednesday that it's not too big a defeat, because all these deluded fans they're in dreamland, mate. We're getting crushed on Wednesday.
It'd be interesting to see what they say. Thanks a million, Darren, mate. Cheers again.
Yeah,
I'll
boys.
talk to you soon, brother.
Thanks.
Cheers, up. Thank you.
Brother. Yeah,
I want to get this man on. Static's in the building. He's been waiting
live.
patiently. So let's get him going.
Big up.
What are you doing, brother? You all right?
Big up, Static.
Hey guys.
fellas, I'm gonna get ready to cut out too. I just got Lee just hit me up, so I'm gonna hop on fan count with Lee. Look here, good to see y'all, brothers, man. Nap, stay in touch. Static.
Yeah, we'll do, man. We'll do.
Face with the
Appreciate
man,
it.
brother.
bro, and now you're going.
Yeah.
See you soon,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Monty, always good to see you, brother. Dale, appreciate it, man. Y'all boys, hey, don't let this shit ruin your weekend. Go have a good weekend. I'll see y'all
I
later.
will, mate. I
Yeah,
will,
man.
mate. Don't worry about
All
that.
right. Peace.
Thanks,
Peace.
Matt. Cheers, mate. Yeah, so Static, what are you saying, brother?
Oh, gosh. I was going to do all the yelling, but Volcano Kyle has done it for me. So, oh, boys. Look, it's Southampton. I'm just going to say what I need to say. Look, I knew this would happen because a lot of people suspected they predicted we would win against Southampton, but I just had a weird feeling look, I said I hoped we would win, but I felt that it just wasn't going to be today, because I still remember the last few games at home. I can't remember if it was last season or the season before that we drew at home against them. So just the last 5 years, we've always struggled to win against Southampton at home. I don't know why you always struggle against Southampton. Plus, it was also in the back of my mind that Bournemouth, Everton away, and obviously West Ham. It's just why do we always struggle against teams in the relegation zone? Why can't we win against them? It's just they show more fight than Arteta does, doesn't he? So, but just
is it done for you now? Can we get a result against City?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. But sorry, I'm just really speechless, guys. I'm really, really down. Because
we're all like that.
Yeah.
Gemma's here beside you. Gemma,
I'll come back to you on that.
go for a Kyle.
Yeah, this is very simple. This is very simple. We're waiting 19 years, man, for this opportunity. 19 years. And here we have our opportunity. And what do we do with it? Toss it into the river. Bigger fish to fry, they say. What fish are they frying, dead boy? The whole thing is shocking, dead boy. This is Arsenal Football Club we're talking about. It's shocking. The winning mentality is not there. It hasn't been there for years. This loser mentality is still here. People trying to convince me Arteta has turned the corner, that now we have this winning mentality. Where's the winning mentality? Where was it tonight? Odegaard, you going around like downside, like a gladiator around the stadium, clapping his hands. What are you clapping your hands for? You should be in the dressing room, kicking doors off hinges, saying to players, what the fuck was that? Would Tony Adams walk around the pitch clapping hands? Would Vieira? The club is embarrassing.
It's like it's just, everyone wants to like each other. Everyone wants to get on with each other or something like that. We're on top of the league. And I think Matt said it earlier on. We had 10 cup finals there, let's say after the January or whenever it was, February, and we were still in cruise control mode. And that didn't happen. We just sort of goes, let's look at this and let's look at that. Like even if you look at the season itself and everyone's there saying Man City are an unbelievable team, they're outstanding. So what? We have to play them twice. We just go and win our other games, or don't lose to your top 4 teams and stuff like that, and get results there and everywhere else. Then you can win a league. So stop fearing other fucking teams. Go out and do your own fucking job. But
absolutely.
No, we don't do this. We make things hard. We always do. Jem, I just want to bring you in. You've been waiting there a while. What do you have to say? The floor is yours.
Jesus Christ. 3 words. Just that's all I'm going to say. 3 words. Nketiah for Zinchenko. I was on the phone to my mate, and she's got 2 kids that were fast asleep, and I was on loudspeaker, and she went, "Please, if Arsenal score, do not scream." I said, "That's fine." I said, "I won't." And as soon as I saw Nketiah for Zinchenko, I just went, what the actual fuck is he playing at? And my mate was like, what? I was like, I went, this manager needs to get sacked right now. He's a fucking striker and he's putting him where Zinchenko is. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Is he not thinking straight?
When we went 3-3, did you think we were going to get the winner?
Yeah. I was thinking, and then I saw 8 minutes, and I was like, okay, maybe they can get one more goal. And then my mate kept pranking me, saying, oh, Southampton has scored. And I was like, look, just fuck off. Leave me alone for a minute. I was like, you're winding me up now.
Oh, mate. I like, for me.
I was sitting here and I was shaking. I was like to my mate, I'm actually shaking. Like, I'm losing my voice because I was screaming. And I was shaking.
Yeah, look, it's fucking shaking. I was shaking me bleeding fist at the fucking telly. I was, you know what I mean? It's so frustrating. I just wanted to sort of ask you this question because I think Jameen or Connor put it in. ESR, Smith Rowe, Tierney, why the fuck are they not getting their chance?
I'll tell you why.
Well,
I told you he hates them.
Well, Tierney he doesn't like, but he doesn't rate either. Emil Smith Rowe, I think it's more the fact that can't stay fit, falling out, whatever the case. But do you know what sums up today? Do you know what sums up tonight? Right. When Rob Holding on the right-hand side in the second half, I don't know if you guys clocked this yet. I don't know what minute it was, but when Rob Holding was on the right-hand side trying to jink past a few of the Southampton players, thinking he was Holdini, living up to the hype, yeah. And then when the ball was dispossessed of him and it went into touch, yeah, Rob Holding was jogging, smiling back. That tells you fucking everything. The mentality sucks.
Boys. Can I just say,
that's
sorry,
Master, 40,
hold on, Kyle,
48 minutes, 48 minutes.
48, yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Guys, I need to say this as well. One second, sorry. Guys, when Partey had that shot, which I can't believe he had that ridiculous shot, I actually saw him smiling. I caught him smiling after that shot. I was like, why the hell are you smiling after that shot? It's like,
I didn't watch it. It was on my phone, so I didn't even see that.
I'll tell you why they're all guys. I'll tell you why they're all smiling. Yeah, it's because the target for the players, at least in the players' minds, anyway, I believe, is top 4 because they know Champions League football's done. That's why they're all laughing, joking, and all of that. And then they're just playing their part right at the end. Oh no, like we couldn't get the winning goal with 8 fucking minutes added on. 8 fucking minutes, and you couldn't get a fucking goal.
I know. I screamed at that when I saw that.
Bunch of fucking cunts, the lot of them. Fuck the lot of them. The players are a disgrace, but that manager, yeah, I've said this time and time again, that manager is not good enough. He is not ever going to cut the mustard at the top level. He even got gassed with the Real Madrid rumours, yeah? Real Madrid are going to get another manager, especially after tonight. Best believe that they're going to get another manager, yeah? Bring in Don Carlo, bring in the Saudis, sack this useless board, all the staff, all the recruitment. I don't even think we have any scouts, and that tells you a lot in of itself. We don't. We don't even have scouts. I mean, that is a disgrace, period. So, and then get rid of this manager. Most of the players need to go as well, and that is the only way we're going to achieve proper success. Premier League, Champions League. Should have had Europa League, but that ship's probably sailed now anyway, unless we drop down, of course. But even then, I'm not confident we're going to win the Europa League. And I've wanted that shit ever since we've been in it. But I'm one of the very few fans that will actually, if we're in it, let's be in it to win it. Like, take it seriously. Because our European record, I've got to say this right, our European record is a shambles. Is an absolute fucking shambles. Don't tell me about how Chelsea are in the mud right now. Chelsea have got 2 Champions Leagues. They got 2 Europa Leagues. And they got a Super Cup or 2 Super Cups and a Club World Cup, right? Don't tell me about European trophies, yeah? When we haven't won one since like 94, I swear. Cup Winners' Cup in 94. Was it Alan Smith with a winning goal? It's before my time. technically and literally, and all of that shit.
That's so.
So that
Chelsea have actually won a Cup Winners' Cup as well.
Oh yeah, they have, because that's what got them to the Super Cup final in '98. I know that. Yeah, I know that.
They've
so
won
our
it
European
twice.
record is a shambles. Yeah, our European
Three
record is
things.
a shambles.
Three things to say there. Number one, I tell you why Tierney and Smith Rowe's not playing. First of all, Tierney, something there between Arteta and Tierney. Don't rate him, whatever the case may be.
Definitely a falling out.
I hope Tierney goes in the summer, where he can play football. And in my eyes, this is my opinion, Smith Rowe's not good enough for Arsenal Football Club. I sell him in summer as well. Goodbye. Good riddance. And along with that, there'll be another 5 or 6 players to go with him. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing. If I was playing a match of that importance, and one of my players on my team, and I running myself into the ground, was laughing and smiling and cracking jokes, I swear on my daughter's life, I wrap him around the fucking crossbar. And I said to him, no smile. Thirdly, this arrogant prick Arteta comes out after the game. I couldn't love my players anymore. Couldn't love your players. And you have to throw the league away. And he's the manager. Instead of coming out and calling them players out and saying they were a disgrace today. I tell you that, boy, the club is poison. From the top, the whole way down, poison. And it was about the unfortunate thing is, there was 65,000 fans there tonight. Probably 64,000 of them is swallowing this bullshit.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't going to swallow it. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, because like even with this last season and the fucking bullshit we were putting up with last season, and I'm sure you guys have seen my videos and me vlogs and shit like this over at AFTV. And when we lost to, was it Brighton at the time, and I was fucking losing my mind. And people telling me, calm down, bro. Calm down. If someone touch my shoulder, I was fucking flooring them. Because I hate this loser mentality. It's fucking loserness. Like what?
But that's exactly it, Del Boy. That is exactly what it is, Del Boy. It's loser ass mentality from this bullshit soy boy woke motherfucking fans. It's as simple as that. Our biggest issue at this football club is not the owners, it's the fan base, the majority of the fan base, yeah? You got the head of AFTV, yeah? So-called Don Robbie, yeah? He ain't a Don in my eyes. The only Don that I know of, or one of them anyway, is Don Carlo Ancelotti. Because he, in my opinion, he's probably the best manager in history. Yeah, you could put Alex Ferguson up there, and rightly so. But for me, it's Don Carlo, yeah? How many Champions Leagues has he won? Yeah, he's won some leagues as well, but he's won a lot of Champions Leagues. And fuck me, mate. Yeah, exactly. Like, and the thing is, right, is that you hear all these excuses, all these knee slidings when you equalise and all that shit. It just shows. It fucking shows, and it reeks. Their attitude fucking reeks. Because of Lee Mason. Because of the referees. It's all in our hands. We've got this in the bag. Fuck off, you absolute Malteser head cunt. Dickhead. Absolute dickhead. Don't tell me. I don't care how many games he's been to and I haven't. Don't tell me about all these excuses and all this narrative pushing, yeah? Fuck the narrative. It's all about winning, mate. Number one, of elite sport, yeah? What is the aim of elite sport? To fucking win. Not to play pretty patterns. Not to appease the fan base. Not to have a GA, XG, XT. How about this for a fucking stat? XC, expected cunt. And there's plenty of them. there is plenty of them motherfuckers, yeah? And I see too many of this and it sickens me.
I'm going to use that in future.
No, 100%, Gemma, 100%. Because there's too many of these motherfuckers in this fan base, yeah, that accept bullshit time after time after time after time, yeah? Where's the cutoff point? I said that last week as well. Where is the cutoff point? The cutoff point should have been before tonight. It should have been before West Ham and Liverpool. You know, when is it really, honestly, going to end? It will only end when the fans stand up in unison, singing from the same fucking hymn sheet and be like, do you know what? This ain't working. This ain't good enough. This is unacceptable. From players to manager to board, even ownership. Like the whole club is rotten to the core. And that's all it comes down to pretty much. Unless we get to that point, we are not going to succeed. And in order to succeed, you have to be a well-oiled machine. We are basically running, this is what we're doing. We are basically running a Ferrari Enzo, for example. I'll give you this example. We're basically got a Ferrari Enzo of 2023, for argument's sake, but we're using 1910 oil or fuel. And it ain't going nowhere because it doesn't fucking work. Simple as fucking that. It's embarrassing. And I'm just sick and tired of all of this shit. Point blank period. Like where do we really go from here? Our European record, I've said this before, I'll say this again. It's an absolute sham. It's a joke. It's a joke. Liverpool have been shocking, and they obviously their European record has been better, but they've even managed to win a Champions League, where before, when people were saying, oh, it took Klopp 4 years, it took Klopp 4 years. Well, here's an interesting stat. Klopp won the league with Dortmund before he even got to Liverpool. Dickheads, the lot of them. So yeah, I'm just sick of all of this fucking bullshit, man. It's all gone to pieces. Shit hits the fan, we fold quicker than a deck of cards. It's done. It's done.
Static, I'll come to you now in the second, Manny. What is next for Arsenal? Like, what do we do now? Like, should Edu be looking for a new manager?
Sorry, Dale, can I just stop you there quickly? Sorry, I was just thinking. Obviously, you know how what's his name? Nketiah came on for Zinchenko. Do you think if he came on for Jesus, we probably would have won it?
No, no chance. No chance. No chance. No.
Sorry, say that again, Dale.
No chance. Eddie Nketiah wouldn't strike matches, so I wouldn't put him on another 10 team.
No.
Okay.
Wouldn't hit a horse's backside with a banjo. At least Jesus
couldn't hit a
was
barn
running.
door with a machine gun. Best believe.
Yeah.
Best believe that.
Go for it, Kyle.
You were asking there what's going to happen with Arsenal in the future. I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to be stuck with this same clown next season, with the same management staff, with the same bullshit, same players, might get one or two additions. Doesn't matter who we're going to get. You have to get the winning mentality. We don't have it at the club.
I agree with Kyle. It's basically, I can say 3 words: rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, but if I can also add my perspective, I do believe that Darren mentioned it in an earlier stream, where sometimes the fans are going to have to start waking up and seeing this, and maybe next season could very well be a watershed. I know that a lot of us have been saying that, if he doesn't win the league, he should be sacked, and I even said, quoting John Maynard Keynes, that when the facts change, I change my mind. That Sporting Lisbon defeat really was the final nail in the coffin for me. Not only did it continue our poor European record, especially under Arteta, but it also made it crystal clear to me that if we couldn't beat a Sporting Lisbon team that had 2 of their first teamers suspended, by the way, we didn't deserve to go through. And that team ended up losing to Allegri's Juventus anyway. I mean, they were decent against Juventus over the 2 legs, but Juventus was just that bit superior. But I will also say right now that next season, yes, we've secured Champions League, but that Sporting Lisbon defeat has showed me, and I said it again, I'll say it now. I'll say it now. That defeat basically proved that he doesn't have the tactical nous to be able to go far in Europe. He will never take us anywhere in the Champions League. And so when the fans start to realize that, we're out of the Champions League group stages, we might not even make Europa. And if we end up, not really doing too well in the league, maybe then they'll start to realize, what? Maybe we were duped. I get it that, the first full season after Emery, we were at 15th 1 point. And, we weren't doing too well, but then somehow that he was able to control the narrative that, there was dead wood in the club that had to be cleared. And once we cleared the dead wood, everything would be hunky-dory. Well, we've still got some dead wood in this club. Deadwood, which I really don't know if I can name at this point. I'd have to rack my brains, but several of you can name that Deadwood, and I'd agree with you wholeheartedly. And next season, if we see a lot of fans starting to realize that the Emperor has no clothes on and that we're not really going anywhere, do we put up with another season like this? They're going to start, boycotting games. And that was how Arsene Wenger was eventually fired. So hope and history can rhyme, as Seamus Heaney, the great Irish poet, once said. And once the fans start to get into their heads that maybe, this isn't really that good enough and we really have to take some action on this, things can change. And I'm going to call out Liam Goodenough, because let me tell you something, Liam, you're not good enough. This same idiot had the nerve to raise a banner a few seasons ago and was one of the leading voices demanding that Arteta would leave. He would have that banner saying, Wenger, thanks for the memories, but it's time for you to say au revoir, à bientôt, and merci pour tous les mémoires. But now this idiot is releasing videos on his channel, free from AFTV, but still free to, lurk about in the streets. He should be back in the nick where he belongs. Basically saying that some members of the fan base who are getting on Arteta are really sick in the head. What a flip-flopper he is. What an absolute hypocrite. These idiots are the ones who make the biggest noises when things go wrong. But now we're supposed to accept stuff like this. I want to know what he's going to say. But again, it is going to take some things getting a lot better before they can get worse. And once they do get worse, hopefully the board will start to learn the lesson that we cannot in any way hire a novice manager to take charge of such a prestigious club. And, it really is down to the fans. I will say the fans are definitely complicit with this whole St. Totteringham's Day in the lowering of the standards of our club. Because when finishing above Tottenham starts to mean more to them than actually winning something, that's when you know that standards have gone down, and the fans are also every bit as complicit. But the fans are ironically also the ones who will bring out change. Next season will be a watershed. We will see how far they go in the Championship. We will see if they continue this lucky streak and try and be anywhere near as good next season as they have been this season. But if things don't go too well, I believe that change will come, and all we can do is basically hope. That's all I can say.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Manny. Just to echo what you said earlier, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that bum, bruv. Like he knows all. Exactly. He knows all about dropping shit. Yeah, dropping the soap for one, but he knows all about bottling. So fuck that guy anyway. So
Look, guys, what I'm going to do is I want to just give you guys a really quick shout out for your channel, because I have 4 people here. I want to just get on. You know what I mean? So if you don't mind, Kyle, I'll let you give a quick shout out to your channel and so on. And I want to wrap this up in about 20 minutes or so. Go ahead, Kyle.
That boy. Kyle Walsh Gunner. I
love the echo, Kyle.
Good man, mate.
And I will start uploading. I've been busy in work, so I'm fucking sick tonight. I'm going to get myself a chicken kebab, come home, watch the snooker highlights.
Is that so far away?
I'm sick of it. Lads, listen, big up to you all. You're all legends. Nasser, Manny, Static, Delboy.
Volcano.
Gemma.
Don't forget Gemma.
Talk to you later.
Good man, Kyle. And here, make sure if you're in that watching the screen, enjoy yourself as well, mate. Take care, mate. Manny, I'll get you shout out your channel, and I'll get a few boys in here if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
I've got last week, brother. So you walk away there real quick.
Yeah, not a problem. But listen, thanks a lot for having me on. I know you're going to end this stream very soon, but I'm glad you allowed me to have my say. I've said everything I wanted to say anyway, and I've got to go and hit the hay. But as usual, on Instagram, Manny Thangadurai 1981. Say it like you spell it like you say it. On Twitter, Thangadurai 1981. I've tweeted a few tweets about the match. I'll be tweeting some more stuff in a few days. Catch me there having a few fights with some Arteta sexuals or Arteta inners or flop gooners or whatever you want to call them. I will rip them a new one. And big up to Del Boy. Catch me here. Catch me on several other channels. S Feetly TV. Oris Talks Football, Coach's Corner, Tony Claude Gunner TV, Danny AFC TV. I was on a watch along with him, and you can catch me doing some more watch alongs with him before the end of the season. Up the cherries in all departments, the Bournemouth Fan Channel, AFC Talk Show TV, and also Spurs U Asian TV. It's a Tottenham fan channel, but I go there as the voice of reason among Arsenal fans to have proper debates, and that's what I'm going to say right now. You define a gentleman or a gentle person as someone who can disagree without being disagreeable. If we can't disagree without being disagreeable, there's no point in having a discussion. Thanks a lot for having me on once again. Thanks a lot to everyone in the chat. You're the ones who make this channel what it is, and I hope this continues to grow and evolve. And Del Boy, as always, is my first, my last, my everything. Much love to you and the family, brother. Hope to see you again very soon. But for now, enjoy your weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Get some alcohol in you to numb the pain, whatever you have to do. If you don't drink, do whatever you can to numb the pain. But for now, I need to go to sleep. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers,
Just don't do anything stupid.
Take care, mate. Take care.
Cheers,
all the best. Static, do you want to just give a shout out to your stuff and all?
Yes. Well, you can just find me on Instagram. It's just the name you can see. It's just static__5. And yeah, that's it. And obviously, you can find me on YouTube. I'm on pretty much any Arsenal-related YouTube channel. And before I go, I should have mentioned this at the start, so I apologise about that. That first half was the worst I've ever seen from Arsenal since the Man City defeat. That was just absolutely shocking. And then, yeah, okay, we responded, but then they scored a third goal, which another player never scored before. First ever goal in the Premier League. Oh, whoopee! We're the gift. Santa Claus Arsenal back as always. But yeah, just look. I just want to summarize saying, look, yeah, okay, we didn't, and I've had a few people said this to me. Yeah, okay, we didn't lose the game, but it is 2 points dropped again, and it's just we need a humongous miracle to get anything against Man City away. Look, if we win, okay, we might have the advantage again, but it's just right now it's not looking good. It's not looking good, guys.
It's not looking good, bruv.
We
it's
may
not
be
looking
top,
good, bruv. If you know, you know.
Yeah, we may be top, guys, but don't let that deceive you. It's just, yeah. Anyway, I'll let everyone else.
Thanks a million again for dropping by.
Thank you so much for having me on, and to the panel. Enjoy your weekend, and please don't let Arsenal ruin every week. And big love and respect to everyone in the live chat as well.
Take care, mate. Take care. Right. Gemma, do you want to have a shout out to your channels or your socials?
Yeah, my socials are just there. It's _ Gemma's Insta _ again. So yeah,
lovely
that's all
stuff.
I really use.
Thanks again for dropping by. Really appreciate it.
That's right. I haven't been on here for a while, so I thought, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why not? Why not? Thanks a million. Take care.
Cheers, though, boy. See you later.
All the best. All the best. Right, we're all comfy in the bed. Oh, Jesus, hold on. I'm after bleeding. Remove. We're all comfy in the bed. Del Boy's after making substitutions. Now, yous fuckers, if yous come on, yous better give 110% or I'm fucking yous off. Or they're going to come to you, brother. You've been waiting the longest.
Bro, I am fucking pissed, bro.
I'll be right back.
I'm fucking mad. I'm fucking pissed off. Bro, okay, you put Zinchenko in there next to Vieira. Who the fuck is supposed to defend the left fucking side of the pitch? Who?
Exactly.
Quiet, honey. I've been mad for an hour. No. Zinchenko moves middle. Vieira moves middle. We have a gap on the left side. Theo Walcott scores the second goal. Wow. Are we fucking astonished by that? Are we amused and think it's funny? It's not fucking funny. He knows that we had a gap on the left side. When you push up the left back, when you push up the center mid, you leave a fucking hole in the ground. Number 2, we broke another record, Del Boy. The first time in Prem history, a 20 team has scored 3 goals on the top team. Another fucking record broken by Arteta. What does it take to get this team to play like they did in the last 10 minutes consistently for a fucking game after game after game? We drop the ball when nothing happens or something goes against us. We put our heads down again. What the fuck was Aaron Ramsdale doing? What was he doing with the ball? You don't just throw in the middle. He looked like Maguire against Sevilla, all propped in by 3 fucking attackers. What are you doing? I thought the hangover was done. I thought the hangover from Liverpool, Del Boy, and everybody in the panel, I thought it was done. I thought the hangover was done. But Manny brought it up. You're right. We looked shit against Sporting Lisbon. We looked absolute fucking dog shit. And it's carried on. It's stayed on. Odegaard needs to get a sack and tell this club, the team, the squad, what they need to be doing. He's out there smiling. Rob Holding, 48th minute, smiling. Oh, I just fucking missed it. Oh, well. I'm just fucking happy to be here. I'm just fucking happy to be here. I got some new fucking hair, and I'm happy to fucking be here. Get the fuck out, you Wenger hangover fuck. Get out of my club. You are shit. It's no coincidence we're losing with him in the fucking back line. Fuck. I picked us to win 3-1 today. Everyone, TJ will even say it. 4-0, 4-0, 3-0, 5-0.
So did I, mate.
No way, bro. No way. No way. We're going to give up goals in every single fucking game from here on out.
Yeah. It should have been sorted in January, and I fucking said it I don't know how long ago with the defenders. William Saliba, Gabriel gets injured, we have Rob Holding coming in. The guy is fucking excited over his fucking hair. He's going around smelling other fuckers' hair. What shampoo are you using, mate?
He's smiling. He's smiling out there. And what the fuck was Thomas Partey doing? I gave him a 3 for the whole game. He's trying to trap the ball and dink it around, push it up the fucking pitch and run. It's not fun. It's common sense. He fucked up with Declan Rice. He else fucked it up tonight. And then he shoots the ball off in the fucking West Stand when there's 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Jesus is like the fucking right there. It's like, fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know,
look,
TJ, but I'm just fucking done with it.
DJ, jump in there, mate.
I'm just gonna jump in real quick because I got to go back to the festivities. I got on, and look, I can't say anything more than what Dallas said. I'm just gonna borrow some of Dallas and get out of here because I feel the exact same way he does. My co-host with the most. Look, guys, I got real emotional earlier, immediately after the game, and I've kind of calmed down a little bit, but. Just wanted to come in and say hello to my boy Napster, Del Boy, Central Man. Of course, Brandon. Good to see you, my man. Guys, it's over. No ifs, no hopes. No, well, maybe if, well, maybe this, well, maybe that. What has the hope gotten us, guys? We got to deal in facts. We got to deal in reality now. This manager isn't good enough. This team isn't good enough. We had the best starting 11 from November to middle of March. It's completely fallen off the cliff. It's time for a change. Mm-hmm. Sorry. I said this on my stream and I'll say it again. If I performed this badly at my job 3 weeks in a row, I'd be in the unemployment line. All right. Yeah. Look, and I wasn't Arteta out until now. I wasn't. You do not lose to 20th place Southampton when you are top of the league. I don't care how many managers of the year or managers of the month you've won. It doesn't matter if you cannot produce when it matters. April, May, and early June in this case are when it matters. And boys, we are squarely in the mud now. Mm-hmm. It's done, guys. So now we just got to figure out where we're going to go from here. And Del Boy, I'm going to hop off. I just want to say thank you again for letting me hop on and have my say. Yeah. You guys are all legends. All sharing the screen with all 5 of you is every weekend. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes it's ugly. And boys, right now, it is ugly. It's ugly. So we pick up and we go again on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to take a step back and think about what I'm gonna say on Sunday and in my post-show pre-Man City show, and hopefully I can remove some of the cuss words because it's going to be bad. So again, big up, boys. I'm going to go back to this wedding I'm in. Try to celebrate. And again, thanks for having me on, Doughboy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, mate. And please do check Warren or TJ's channel out. Absolutely doing great stuff over there as well. Like, you know what I mean? Please do drop him a sub. Thanks a million, TJ.
Thanks, boys. Later.
Take care. Brandon, the floor is yours, mate. I'm lost for words.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. We have dropped the soap, boys, and we are getting fucked next week. Fucked. Yeah. Mate, I'm still in shock.
Yeah.
I'm still in shock. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know whether to be angry. I'm sure as hell disappointed. How can you concede 25 seconds in playing bottom of the league Southampton at home?
Third time, Brandon. Leeds
Just
and Bournemouth did it too, mate.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make no. And Ramsdale, you're a fucking idiot for doing that. Let's just start off there, yeah? But having said that, when you concede so early in the game, you still have 89 minutes to recover. And instead, we just clowned around. Like, Zinchenko, I think it's about time that we had a conversation about Zinchenko. Because that guy, for as good as he is on the ball, that guy cannot fucking defend. He is useless. Everybody wants to call out Trent Alexander-Arnold because he's good on the ball, but he can't defend. I'm sorry, but Zinchenko is the Ukrainian version. That's what we've got. He's the Ukrainian version. The guy is very good when you're attacking and when you've got the ball, but don't rely on him when you need to defend, because that guy, again, today was at fault for 2 goals. The second goal, he's out of position again. Yeah. The third goal, he's losing his man on the back stick. What are you doing, bruv? Your primary role as a left back is to defend. Fuck all this inverted, oh, look at me, I can play pretty patterns bullshit. Because, again, there's 2 sides of the game, attack and defend. And right now, our attack still looks as potent as what it always has done, clearly. But our defense is shocking. Absolutely shocking. And do you know what? Somebody pointed this out to me earlier, right? Gabriel, I feel sorry for that guy. Because he's been the one player that has been consistent, very, very consistent for Arsenal this season, right? But since Saliba has been injured, Gabriel has had to defend for 3 people. He's had to try and cover Rob Holding and his faults and the fact that he's just shit and not good enough. And he's having to try and cover that left-hand side because Zinchenko is always out of position, as well as do his own defensive work. So that guy gets a pass from me, yeah, trying to cover 3 positions because of our useless left-back. But not only that, our fucking useless manager who just cannot get it into his thick-ass head. How many goals have we conceded down that left-hand side in recent weeks? How many? You know? How many? I'm hearing Arsenal fans tonight, yeah, calling out Rob Holding. And it's Rob Holding. Yeah, Rob Holding's not good enough. But how many goals have actually been conceded through a fault of Rob Holding? How many goals have been conceded because Zinchenko hasn't been in position? Maybe they'd ought to, think about that and switch what they're saying and think, actually, yeah, But no, because he come from Man City and he's got a winning mentality and he's an inverted midfielder, we can't say anything about Zinchenko. Yes, you fucking well can. Secondly, let's pick up on Fabio Vieira. Sell that guy in the summer. In fact, don't even sell that guy, yeah? Just take him back to Porto. Don't even bother getting the money back. Give him back. That guy is shite. I have never seen such a shite midfielder in all my life. He was also part of the problem, a major part of that problem in the first half. Thomas Partey as well. What's happened to that guy? What has happened to that guy? We lost control in the midfield. Our defence was absolutely shocking. And we're getting torn apart by 20th in the league. At home. You're mad. You're absolutely mad. There's only one player, in my opinion, in that game that can hold his head up high and say, I did everything that I could. And that's Gabriel Martinelli. Everybody else, nah, fuck yourselves. You're all pussies. The lot of you, pussies. You got nothing about you. The mentality, like, what has happened? I don't understand. You get a draw away at Anfield, right? And it's disappointing because you're 2 goals up and you end up drawing the game 2-2. But everybody can see the positives out of it, right? Because it's Anfield. We don't win at Anfield. Every team that goes to Anfield struggles at Anfield. They've got a great home record. But since that game, something has happened to this team. And I don't know what it is. But our mentality is just losers. Has Tottenham infiltrated our changing room or something? Is Mikel Arteta Daniel Levy in disguise? What's going on?
There's no leadership, bro.
There's no leadership. You're exactly right. We missed Granit Xhaka tonight, right? And it's funny I say that because, look, I'm by no means a Granit Xhaka fan. But Granit Xhaka at least shows a little bit of leadership on the pitch. Instead, we had to rely on our actual captain, Martin Odegaard. What leadership did he show tonight? Well, when we went 1-0 down in 25 seconds, was he the one there galvanising all the players and come on, guys, this ain't fucking good enough? No, was he? Fuck. The guy's a pussy, an absolute pussy. And yeah, okay, he scored the second goal. He got us back in the game. Hoo-ha. Who gives a fuck? Drawing at Southampton at home is not good enough. And it's as simple as that, regardless of whether we're in a title race or not, which we're not, by the way, because we have handed that to Manchester City on a platter. Which brings me to my next point. The most disappointing thing about all of this, we haven't even made Manchester City work to get back into the title race. We have handed it to them on a plate. Anybody who thinks that we are going to the Etihad and getting anything out of that game, let alone a win, you're on crack. Go to the Etihad and win, defending like that, you're off your head. Absolutely off your head. And I'm hearing people say that, oh, well, you know, we'll go to the Etihad and win. We can't even beat Southampton. What are you talking about?
Yep.
Fucking idiots. We've been infiltrated by fucking idiots.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have to question this, right? I don't know how many global fans there are of Arsenal, but there's only a small minority, which us guys are, that talk facts, reality, speak from the heart, say what we mean. The rest of these idiots must have been dropped on their heads. They must have been. I can't explain it any other way. And do you know what else as well, right? We get back into the game, 3-2. Odegaard scores that goal. Again, I'm going to question leadership. Because when he scores that goal, why is he not going to pick the ball out of the back of the net and put it back in the centre circle, ready to go again? Why is he running around like a twat? Dickhead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gabriel Jesus, another player. Yeah? Pissed me off tonight. That guy is supposed to have a winning mentality coming from Manchester City. How many chances did he need to put in the ball in the back of the net tonight? Yeah? And then after that, I don't know whether you guys have actually seen this because obviously you've been live for quite a while, but he comes out in the press conference afterwards and starts talking about the fact that, oh, well, you know, we're a young team. Fuck you and your young team. Bullshit. You've either got it or you haven't. And the mentality is not there. And it is very, very, very reminiscent of what happened to us last season. Top 4, walk in the park. It's all in our hands. Tottenham are nowhere to be seen. And we hand it to them on a fucking plate. We have just done this again. But this time, we're not going to get away with fuck all. Because we've just handed it over to one of the best teams in the history. A juggernaut of a team. Haaland's going to fucking ruin us on Wednesday. I'm telling you. Haaland is going to have a field day. A field day. Man City will put 4 past us on Wednesday. I said it here first. Guaranteed.
No Vaseline as well. No Vaseline ice cube settings. If you know, you know. Old school. No Vaseline. That is, I agree with Brandon on that. Anyway, that's just very quickly before Central Man comes in. Yeah, like I have to disagree with you on just on Martinelli, Brandon. I don't think he played that well. Yeah, he scored, but I think his overall game I wasn't impressed with. And you know me, bro. I'm a big Gabriel Martinelli fan because I know his ceiling and all of that. But I'm a realist. Mm-hmm. I can be a fantasist, but I'm more a realist because I know what's going on at this football club and all that. I know what the crack is, right? He's not been good enough. Even though he's been our top scorer, like his performance has been lacking. It has been lacking.
No. Not tonight, bro. I'm sorry. I have to disagree. I have to disagree with you on that one because for me,
I love the guy, but he's
yeah. No, for me, it's not even about the goal. It's not even about the goal.
I saw with Martinelli. I gotta agree with both of you a little bit. There were certain times though I wanted to pick his head up. I wanted him to pick his head up. You know, he got the break. He got the left wing. He got inside, but you would see his head down, and he passed it twice to a Southampton defender with his head down.
Yeah, keep your head up. Literally, keep your head up.
Yeah, but that's just a technical.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you from that aspect. Like, there's certain parts of his game, 100% he needs to improve on. But he was the only player in that first half, especially, that showed any character, any fight, any balls. You know, he was actually picking up the ball and running at players. Everybody else was cowardice. Everybody else was just like, when we went 2-0 down, I watched one counter where Southampton, we was on top of Southampton, right? We played that high line, and they had a counter attack on us. And I watched Odegaard, Vieira, Saka, all jog back. All 3 of them. The only one sprinting back was Martinelli. The rest of them, Thomas Partey as well. Oh, you know, I'll just jog back. Prick. Like, it doesn't... I don't know. But then, again, like, let's bring it to the second half now. I never really put any fault on to Mikel Arteta, right, with the first half, because for me, he picked the best possible lineup that he could. Maybe, you know, you could argue about Fabio Vieira being in there, but apart from that, he picked the best possible lineup that he could. You can't legislate for the fact that Ramsdale fucking gives the ball away inside 25 seconds. You can't legislate for you can, but you can't legislate for the fact that Zinchenko is caught out of position again. But then where it becomes a problem for me is when we come out in the second half and I'm looking to see, you know, maybe he's going to change it up, put Tierney at left back, shore the defence up a little bit, maybe move Zinchenko into midfield. He can cover the area where Thomas Partey play like a bit of a double pivot, but also keep us going forward. And we're seeing the same team coming out for the second half. Like, what are you doing, bro? The manager, I've said it before and I'll say it again, the manager is not just there to pick a starting 11 and a way of playing. He's there to win you points as well. You change something in the game, whether that be a substitution, the way you play, the way you attack, any sort of tactical change at all can be the difference between you winning the game and losing the game. And he did fuck all. Where was ESR as well, by the way? I've just seen that comment. What's he got to do to get back in the team? ESR, I think people have forgot. He scored what, 12 goals last season? And my man's relying on fucking teabag.
Exactly. Central, how did you look at it? You had the safety goggles on there a few minutes ago. You thought Oregon DSD, Dan, he's going to fucking throwing shit around the place.
I think I hurt my hand.
Yeah. What did you make of the game, brother?
I've had this game. Yeah, the title's over, man. We bottled it, man. Like, first off, the team lineup it was wrong. You know, first off, like, Tierney once again dropped. You know, I think he played fine against West Ham. Zinchenko, he keeps playing Zinchenko as a left back. He's a midfielder. Throughout this game, he's playing midfield, left back, left field. Left back, midfield, left back, midfield. It's like he's a midfielder. Just play. Here's my starting team against Southampton. Okay, you got Ramsdale, Tierney, Gabriel. You could say that Polish lad, and Ben White. And then the front midfielders, I think Xhaka got ill, or I don't know, some of our bust up. Anyway, you got Partey, Zinchenko, and Jorginho. And the front threes, like Trossard, Saka, Martinelli, or Jesus. Like, man, I was a bit confident for getting the 3 points. You get some confidence going into Wednesday's game. After that, nah, if City wins on Wednesday, 2 points. And then I think we've got Chelsea next Tuesday. I'm not too sure about Chelsea. They could be ending like Southampton. You know, this is like, we've got to beat Newcastle away and Brighton at home. We're not winning. We're not beating these teams. We bottled it, man. It's just like, it's heartbreaking. Like, we're going into, I was like, we spend the whole season top of the table. And we're bottling games against Newcastle at home, Everton away, Brentford at home, Liverpool away, West Ham away, Southampton at home. And Southampton away. It's like that's a league winning mentality. Really? The bunch of bottle jobs, man. It's just like, I'm gonna blame Arteta for this, man. You're picking the wrong team. We should have put a strong team against Southampton. Get like a fresh Southampton. Get like a good strong goal difference. You'll catch up the Man City goal difference going into the Wednesday's game. And it's just like, this dude's, I'm sorry, he needs to go, man. You know, if you don't win that league title, 3 years without winning a trophy. It's like 3 years without winning the trophy, man. That's piss poor, man. Like, we're Arsenal Football Club. We spent 3 years without winning a trophy. And we haven't won the league in 19 years. That's the biggest a long wait. That's a long towel job. But like 3 years without winning a trophy. Come on now, we're Arsenal. We should be winning trophies. We should never be challenging top 4. What the fuck? This top 4 thing is bogus, man. It's just like, yeah, making money in the Champions League and get and crashed out of the last 16 every single season. It's like, nah, man. We can't even we do shit in the Europa League. We can't even be like this. I think we've been in the Europa League about 5 times or 4 or 5 times. Let's go Madrid semi-finals. That was that dickhead Koscielny cost us the Europa League that season in Wenger's last season at the club. Chelsea reached the final in the Europa League in Baku in 2019. We got Thrash, Olympiacos last 16. Arteta's, you could say, half season. Crashed out. We crashed out against Villarreal. He should got sacked after against Villarreal. No, they kept behind him, and now just like and then we crashed out by Sporting Lisbon. What? Like, it's like we are the worst team. I'm gonna say we are the worst team represent England in Europe. I'm not joking. It's like, how the fuck we're not winning the Europa League? We should have won it about now. But we couldn't beat Chelsea. We can't beat those bigger teams alongside. So, but God, next season, don't know if Ancelotti will still be there at the club. You know, depending if he's going to win the Spanish Cup and the Champions League. But you got Bayern Munich under Tuchel, PSG. Depending if Messi stays at PSG, he ain't going to Barcelona, man. But Barca with Lewandowski, it's like it's just like I'm pissed off. Like, and you got these top fans out there acting like this is acceptable. It's not unacceptable. We had the opportunity to win a league title for the first time since 2004, and we bottled it, man. It's bullshit, man. I'm getting pissed off about this. Fourth is the trophy. It's winning. It's the medals. It's trophies. Yeah. Like go ask Tom Brady, like who's just retired, is losing unacceptable. He'll probably say he doesn't. He'll probably say don't care and no. Go ask Johnny Wilkinson, the man who scored that winning drop goal in the 2003 Rugby World Cup final against the Aussies. Go ask him who remembered that Australian team in 2003. You probably don't know and don't care. It's like I'm sick of it, man. I'm on this board about let's get this on. Let's get a Saudi, a Qatari in. But you're gonna have these dickhead fans gonna go, oh, human rights. What are you talking about? Human rights. You know, I want to win trophies. Fuck this human rights.
If you care about human rights, sorry, Central. If you care about human rights, get rid of this. Get rid of this. If you care about human rights, get rid of this. That's all I've got to say on that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some kid in Indonesia, in Singapore, in Vietnam and all of that, making these fucking phones and all of that.
Yeah.
On peanuts, not even peanuts.
Bro, they're making them in the Congo in cobalt mines.
That's what I was just thinking. The exact same thing. Mate.
There you go. There you go. You're taking it even further, Oregon. Yeah. Like you're taking it even further. Getting the materials, bro.
Yeah.
See, if the guys in Singapore and Indonesia are getting peanuts, what are those fuckers getting?
Put it together, mate, and ship it off. But they're not digging
yeah.
a hole.
Crumbs of food, bro.
We're on 48 likes. Try and give us 2 more likes to get 50. Please do it. Subscribe if you're new.
Get the likes up.
Get the likes up. Anyway, Nasser, I'm going to give you. Let's say we're going to go around to everyone. Give us your socials and stuff like that, and your final thoughts, and give us a prediction as well. So
for the Man City, cool. Yeah. So Natster official, NATSTER, Nat for short for anyone that like, because there's a few people that struggle with Napster, with Napster and all that. But that's cool. I get it. But yeah, NATSTER, Nat for short. But Napster official on Instagram. I'll probably go live at some point next week or the week after. Got some shit to sort out. But I've got an EP, Natstrumentals, NATSTR, Mentals, on Spotify and all digital streaming platforms. Apart from SoundCloud, I believe, but it's on all the others like Apple and all of that shit. So go check that shit out. And my final thoughts: not good enough, unacceptable. Before I forget to mention Saka, that's another stinker tonight. I'm not going to leave this stream without mentioning this guy, Starboy. Yeah, Starboy. Dropping another. I'd say 1 out of 10. And that's being generous. He was anonymous because as much as I don't agree with Brandon that Martinelli played well, he definitely didn't play worse than Saka. I will agree with him on that. I will absolutely agree with him on that. And I love Martinelli, but again, he didn't do it for me tonight because that's why that's why I rate the guy so much and why I put a lot of stick on him, because I know he could do better. That's my standards, isn't it? If you love someone or you love something so much, you've got to hold it dear. But especially when it comes to dealing with certain people that you love and care about, you've got to criticize them, man. You've got to put it on them sometimes. That shows you really care, rather than just feeding all the bullshit like all the AFTV woke motherfuckers, these imposters, these fraudsters, these posers, all of that jazz. Talking all that jazz, bro. Like, it's all pookalia anyway. It's all bullshit. But yeah, at the end of the day, big up to plus 50 likes, and thanks for having me on again, Delboy. I really do appreciate that. Anytime. And I will be active very soon on here. Don't you guys worry about that.
Yeah, exactly. And Nat, I'll keep in touch. If there's anything I can do, let me know. You DM me, mate.
Yeah, I'm in the group chat. Chat, guys. So you can just message me, and I'll see it there. I don't have the notifications on, but I'll go there regularly enough, so I'll see it. No problem, mate. Cheers. Thanks again.
And thanks a million for your input. Absolute legend. Fair play to you, buddy. DBS, what's the story, brother? Well, final thought and your prediction for Wednesday.
Now that I've been able to calm down, my blood pressure's come down a bit. The final thoughts, man, is just, it's getting the lineups right. It's knowing where the gaps are. When you see Zinchenko and Vieira, there's a gap on our left side that can be exploited. And it's schoolboy managerial shit like that gets under my skin and makes me so upset when I see the lineups like that. I was hoping for a 4-2-3-1. Manny and I talked about that yesterday, putting Party and Jorginho right in front of the back four and just holding it down. Let Southampton come at you and hit them on the break. I mean, I thought Jorginho and Party would be a good combination because we did by Jorginho, Del Boy, because of all the experience he has, So, with that said, I think we're going to get done at the Etihad, and I haven't given big 4-0, 3-0, 5-0 predictions much, but from what I saw today, I just, I thought the hangover would be done with Liverpool, you know what I mean? I thought that West Ham, we were going to come in and give them a good pounding, and obviously that didn't happen, and then today was an utter fucking shit show. So I have really no confidence in Wednesday, man. I really don't. So I'm going to have to go 4-1. I think we may sneak a goal, but that's just going to be a consolation, and maybe a pen. Another thing about Jesus today, I think he spent more time on the ground and complaining at the ref than he did getting his job done. And so, he's not an out-and-out striker, as many people have said and know, but, he did give 100% today. A few of the lads gave 100% today, but Arteta really dropped the fucking ball on this one. And Zinchenko, I think there's a bit of an attitude there. He thinks he's fucking a flash in the pan. And the fact of the matter is he loses the ball and he's cost us 6 points. And, the fact is I still want to be positive, but I'm just so fucking angry right now still. But again, on the positive side, boys, we got to pick ourselves up and go for the 3 points on Wednesday. We have no other option now. And again, thanks to ourselves. So thank you very much for having me on. Natster, I got you a follow. Central Man, legend.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Big up DVS.
And DVS, do you want to show any of your socials or anything like that?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, catch me on YouTube at Oregon Goon. I play a little FIFA and talk Arsenal. And I'm definitely in the Instagram group. On Twitter at Oregon Goon HD. Not much on there. It's twatter as far as I'm concerned. So, catch it on YouTube and definitely on the American Idiots show every Friday. 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. UK time. We'll have our 8th show next Friday. So we're looking for guests for that, and we're getting a list together. So Del Boy, love to have you on. Nat, Central Man Network. As long as you're in the Instagram group, you're definitely on the list.
Yep.
So thanks again, everyone, and let's go fucking get them Wednesday because we have no choice.
Have to
win or bust, man. Win or bust. Yeah.
Central Man, do you want to give us final thoughts and prediction?
First off, I'm gonna give out my first off, subscribe to my channel, Central Man Network on YouTube. I'm on 348 subscribers. Okay, and moving on to the my final thoughts. And I forgot to mention this. I'm feel good for Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry attending this game tonight, man. They look heartbroken and gutted, man, because I think they pissed on them. They pissed on two great legends of the club, and it's just really like heartbreaking for them because they want to watch Arsenal to get closer to the Premier League title for the first time since 2004, and we bottled it. But my predictions for the Man City game, I'm gonna go with a draw, man. I don't think I don't want to see Arsenal lose, but I think get like a point at the Etihad, it will say, we'll be top. We're top by only about 3 points, but we have to win after the City game. We have to win like these games against. We got win against Newcastle away, Brighton at home. I think Nottingham Forest away, but it's just like it's like. I just want to wait. I want the season to end at this moment in time. I'm really like, I was looking forward to this club winning the title for the first time. It's for almost 2 decades, and now we're just throwing it over the last 2 weeks. It's just like, come on now. It's like, it's turned into a wank fest for let's get top 4 instead of winning the league, winning a major honor. It's kind of like I said, if we don't win that league title, 3 years and crap without winning any trophy. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, look, I just want to thank everyone for dropping by with their comments and stuff like that. I really do appreciate it. Like, this show would be nothing without you guys. Thanks, Dave, and everyone on the panel, all them legends who have come on, Natser, all the boys, everything like that. Can't remember. I'm bleeding wrecked now, tired. But anyway, I just wanted to even just sort of touch on a thing that you actually said there about Saka. I went in on him the last game against West Ham. I said he's been playing shite against Liverpool, shite against West Ham, shite again tonight. I'll go in on him. You know what I mean? Do we drop him? I don't know. You suppose you don't drop him against Man City, but you give him a kick in the fucking ass and tell him he hasn't been fucking good enough. You know?
Well, I said something like that last week, mate. And like just to kind of like finish off, like Trossard definitely should be starting. I can't remember who said it, but I absolutely agree. Drop Saka for Trossard, and you have Jesus and you have Martinelli. See where that goes. But on Wednesday, it's win or bust, because if we don't beat City, the title, I would say maybe not mathematically, but technically, it's completely done. I think it's done in my eyes, especially after tonight. But I just can't see the way them players are acting. The fact that you had Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, proper ballers, proper legends of this football club. Because I remember them playing for damn sure when I was a wee little kid, like, youngster, all of that, loving how Arsenal played. And, I miss them days, but we ain't going to get them back unless the fans raise the standards and we bring the Saudis in and we get rid of, like, this useless setup. Because that's the only way it's going to change. Like, I'll keep banging that drum, and I'll definitely mention that when I start streaming and all of that shit. But, yeah, again, thanks, Del Boy. Love and appreciate having me on, like, multiple times. And, great that, you're getting the likes up, getting the subs up and all that. Appreciate all the people in the comments, like the people that have come on. It's been a great stream tonight. Would have been better if we'd have won. I thought we might have nicked it, but, it's just that, like what I said last week, it's that girlfriend that keeps letting you down, man. Shit don't change, man. I see no changes like Tupac, bruv. I see no changes. All I see is muggy faces, bruv. All day, every day, man. Like, it's not gonna end. It's not gonna end until the fans come together, start singing from the same hymn sheet. And brother, like, once we sort our shit out, that's when we can really see, like, these so-called young players prospering, because it ain't gonna happen now. It ain't gonna happen with Arteta. We need to get proper people in their jobs from top to bottom, because that's the only way it's going to be done, man. Yeah, no, I know. Look, I hear you. Like, my son today, when he's looking at it, he's there like, Dad, why are you not good? I was fuming. Okay. And he goes, why are you not, like, sad, or, like, he's gutted, like. And I just says, mate, because I support Arsenal and I'm used to this. You know what I mean? And on that note, as it says, thanks a million, everyone, for dropping your comments, hitting out like on the way out. Really do appreciate it. I'll be doing shit and stuff in my channel, so just check it out. Hit the notification. Take care, everyone. God bless. And have a good weekend.